You gotta say it right.
Oh, let me stop.
What? Wait a minute. Hold up. What kind of memory were you just having before I'm sitting here singing along with you?
I was listening to the beat that you picked, but it really sounded like stripper music, to be honest with you.
Yeah, bitch.
I mean, not that I would know. Not like.
I mean,
not
I wouldn't classify
not,
it as stripper
I
music. I
mean,
mean,
no,
that's
not
not the right.
like I would know firsthand that
But that's not the right tempo to be popping it. You know what I mean?
No.
So
Oh, let me stop.
I mean, I ain't never stripped club before.
Listen, I mean, well, you know, if you know, you know.
You was somebody private dancer, huh?
Oh.
I was having flashbacks.
It must have been good.
Woo! They don't call it SIPP for nothing.
How y'all doing?
I'm good.
Oh, okay, because that had a little extra to it.
I know that had a little extra. I'm good.
What you done got into lately? Never mind. We gonna keep it moving.
Nah, you know what? I haven't gotten into anything. I just, you know, the thing is I just been
high off life.
racing the piece of me.
Wait, what? You got a piece of meat? What?
No, the piece of me. Peace.
Oh,
peace. Not peace.
I was just wrong.
Not peace. Listen, Rose.
Huh?
Listen, Rose.
Forget you.
Listen, Rose. We ain't gonna go there. No, but seriously though, like, I've just been enjoying being in my peace era. You know, it was funny because I had a you know how your time hop will bring up something and you just be like, oh wow. And what it brought up was the longer I go without something, the more comfortable I get with this absence. That goes for people too.
I wasn't listening. What you say?
She said I wasn't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to have an outburst like that. I'm my fault.
Listen, the ADHD is ADHD real bad. My bad. What you say? I love you.
Now, what she was saying was that the longer you go out with something, go without something, that's the less you miss it. And
yes.
At first, I wasn't agreeing with it until she said what she said, like people and stuff. Like, okay, I understand that part. You had somebody disruptive in your life, bringing, all types of negativity. Then I can understand, you know what I'm saying, going without it. But, it's certain things you just, even though the longer you go out, you still won't miss it. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I get what you're saying. I believe I do get what you're saying. But I think I'm with Sean on that one. Some things, yeah.
Y'all,
I'm gonna just leave that there because y'all said y'all be telling me I be misbehaving, so I'm trying to be good today.
You do misbehave, and what I was saying is that I've been enjoying my peaceful time because, like, okay,
why y'all let me sit here with my shades on? See, y'all ain't.
Oh, I thought she wanted to be Hollywood.
My fault.
My fault. I thought she was flexing. You know what I'm saying?
No, the only time I wear shades in the inside, and I will, is when I have a headache or a migraine. But yeah, had them on all day because I've been running and doing stuff.
I thought she
I
wanted
thought
to
you was
cool.
just being cute because you did look cute with your little shades
Bitch,
on.
I'm cute without the shades. What you really trying to say?
I'm just saying, I thought you was just flexing on the bitch.
Okay, I need to put my shades back on. Is that what you're saying? I'm cuter with the
I'm
shades?
just saying, I thought you was flexing on me. I was like, oh, okay, then this what we doing. Oh, okay.
I mean, I had started to throw the Ray-Bans on, but then like, when you had yours on, I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I was like, we can't all be shaded eyed.
Fine, let's do this. Come on, y'all.
See what had happened was.
What had happened? So let me tell y'all why you pulling your shades out, because I'm serious. So I have always told people, if you want to be in my life, you got to stay in communication.
Right.
Absence does not work for me. Absence does not make my heart fonder. Some people, I get that works, right? They miss you because you ain't seen them. And me, the longer I don't see you, the easier it becomes to not miss you. Because and it's not that I'm trying to be ugly. I think it's a couple of different reasons, right? I think one, Sagittarius, that's kind of how we flow. Two, I have recently learned in the past couple of years that it can also be part of the ADHD experience, right?
Right.
Oh God, I cannot object permanence. So basically relating it to a baby when you play peekaboo and they love it because everything disappears, and then you scare them when you move your hands and they see your face again, right? So it's the same thing with the ADHD brain, like peekaboo. And if I don't see you, by the time you reach out, if it's been too long, I'm like, who you? And they'll be like, you don't know who you talking to?
Nope.
No. Because I regularly go through my phone now, because years ago I realized, why do I have all these numbers in my phone? And I'm not just talking about men, I'm talking about people, period, right? Like, if I don't talk to you on a regular basis, I don't feel like you need to be cluttering up my phone when I'm trying to find one person that might have the same name or a similar name. I don't need to be looking at you because I don't need to call you or text you. Like, I don't know. So all I'm saying is a caveat. Y'all be careful out there. Don't let Gypsy have you in a chokehold and missing the person that you want, thinking absence gonna make their heart be fonder, and they might be like,
that's what I was saying. Is the longer you gone, the easier it is for me to not miss you anymore. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
So
But
define gone.
so I think it depends on the context of the relationship with the person. Now, to understand that, y'all got to respect that I define everything as a relationship. That's any type of ongoing experience, whether it's your delivery driver, whether it's your favorite cashier in the grocery store, like any person that you have an ongoing experience with, that you intentionally engage with and try to spend time with or communicate with. That's the whole relationship.
Absolutely.
Friendship, co-workers, work family, blood relatives, whoever, right? So I think it depends on context.
Now be careful when you define family, because like me, just because we got the same blood don't make you family.
Well, that's why I think I said blood, family, or relatives. Like, I put caveats in there.
Okay. Yeah.
If I didn't say that, that's what I meant to say, because I don't define family simply as the family that I was born into. Family is the people I choose to love and allow to love me, right? That I give proximity to. So, but I think it depends on context. Like my besties now, I have two besties. One of my besties, we were talking the other day, like, and she was realizing, like, girl, we've been rocking, like, what is this, 26? We've been rocking like 10 years. I was like, yeah. So we can go a couple of weeks without talking to each other, right? Now, if we do go that long, something probably wrong. Like, where the hell you at, Bish? What you doing? But we could theoretically, depending on life and scheduling and whatever. Same thing with my other bestie. We've been rocking like 9 years. But if I ain't known you that long and for like 2 or 3 weeks, you start to slowly not exist.
That part.
Because to me, if you want the pleasure of my company, I'm going to engage with you if I want to get to know you as a friend or whoever. So if you want the pleasure of my company and access in my space, you got to be engaging with me too to keep me interested. And if not, my brain starts to be like, fill that space with somebody else or something else.
All right, so
Well,
we understand Jay's pleasure principle, but
Wait,
anyway,
I,
now now
hold on, wait. I said define gone, and you went to a whole thing but never
said
defined.
context. That was my definition, nigga. What?
That's it. That's your definition.
Yeah, I said context in the relationship. So let me
Okay,
show you
so no, hold on,
how I know you. I love you.
no,
I
no,
got
no, wait, no,
yeah, go
wait.
ahead.
Let me main explain for the fellas because you said a whole bunch of stuff
You
that
know
didn't.
what?
Hold on, wait. It didn't really equate to a definition. So to me, a definition of gone is somebody that just don't they just stop contacting. So they just
Well, I tried to give
stop.
context because it depends on the relationship what gone means. So
I
go on and
understand that.
mansplain it.
I understand that, but at the same time, we're talking to men and women.
You know what?
I'm just being real.
Okay, in my
I'm just
defense, I took some Benadryl, not Benadryl, Zyrtec before I came because I was like chewing and sneezing and coughing and hacking and from being outside. And then he just gave me some juice with
she on
something
that
in it.
lean, y'all. She on that lean.
So, so yeah, you might have to mansplain a little bit if I get too wordy
Just
with it. Anyway, I'm
drop some Skittles
work,
in there. You gotta drop some Skittles in there.
trying to work with you. But I guess for a short definition, I will say context of the relationship, how you feel about that person, I think defines what gone means. But for me, based on the context and how I feel, gone is anything over a couple of weeks if I don't understand why we're not communicating. If I understand or if there's a reason or we've talked long enough for me to know there's some things that are drawing your attention, you're traveling for work, you got a kid that's sick, you got deadlines at work, you at school, whatever. Like if I understand that, but if I don't
Okay,
understand,
I got a problem.
disengage.
I got a problem with that.
What?
Now my problem with that is, okay, so I was newly talking to someone and then my dad died. And my way of grief is I turn inward. I don't have time and capacity and space for people that are not part of the inner circle yet. And then if you're new, you're not part of the inner circle yet, right? And so I kind of distanced myself because I was trying to process. And then at the same time, then my cousin died. And so I was like trying to process a couple things, right? So, but I did try to explain that. Bless you.
Sorry.
Now you sneezing or you on that powder?
Bitch.
My bad. So okay. Now
I'm gonna change the screen layout so they can see.
Let me get serious. Okay. All right. So
okay, hold on. Let's catch him up. So we talking about.
Hey, Benny.
Well, Sean, I'm gonna let you mansplain it since you said I was being too wordy.
Yeah, mansplain it.
All right, so I was asking because they're talking about if someone is out of your zone for too long a time, they basically just gone. And so I was just asking like, what did that look like? Especially the part about like the contact. We haven't really touched that part yet because I really want to know like, does texting count? Or do they have to call? So we haven't got that far yet. But they basically like, yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
No,
That's the
texting
gist
does
of it.
count, and I did try to text.
Hey, I said we didn't get to that part yet.
But we did
Texting,
basically include that some form of communication.
yeah, texting does count, but
My fault. I didn't hear that. Because y'all said a whole bunch of
that
stuff.
whole physically entertaining you, I can't do that when I'm in that mindset. Feel me? But
Okay.
everybody's not like that. And well, if I missed the boat, I missed the boat.
I
But
feel
that's
like
okay because men are like buses. If you miss one, just stand there. There'll be another one in 10 minutes.
it'll be another one. But I also think if that person is genuinely interested in you and you say something like, "Hey, my dad
Right.
died,"
Right.
like
Which I
any
did.
asshole that has basic feelings, I think, would be like, you know, I'm gonna just stand here because I'm really feeling you. I'm gonna let you tell me how you need to engage at this moment. Now, 6 months to a year later, if it's still that same line,
No.
no. But
It's
I feel like a
been
few
6
weeks to a
weeks.
couple of months is absolutely respectful.
Right. Right.
But what if they really fell for you really fast?
Oh, please.
I'm just
Wait,
asking
what?
a question.
That love
What's the
bombing
question?
shit. Come on now, Sean.
I ain't see. I
Now,
ain't say it was
Sean.
love.
We
I ain't
too,
say it. No, no,
we
no,
too big and
no,
strong for all
no,
that
no.
shit.
What
I
was
You
the
ain't
ain't
say.
question?
all in damn
I
love
ain't
with
say. I
those
ain't say they was love bombing. What I'm saying was they fell for you. They just like, yo,
in 2
I'm glad.
weeks, bruh. In 2
Yes,
weeks.
Gypsy, a
Like,
grown adult
listen,
people that are in touch with their feelings can fall for you.
not in 2 weeks. Listen, I had known
I,
dude two weeks before my dad died.
Okay. Well, what do you say as a guy?
Can you repeat the question?
Oh Lord, here go Benny. Benny, no PC quick. No, don't be politically correct. Tell the truth.
I want to hear it asked directly. I heard my man right there that I want to ask Miss J. What's the direct question so I can make sure I answer it correctly?
So, if I understand Gypsy correctly, she would say, "Hey, Dana, thank you for tuning in, dog." If I understood Gypsy correctly, she was saying she met this guy 2 weeks before her dad passed, and she was saying she wasn't in the frame of mind to really have the emotional energy or capacity to engage with anybody. Understandable. So, Sean, were you saying, well, what if he fell for you?
well, I was just saying in general. What if the guy falls for you in a short period of time? I'm not saying he love bombing you, but he feels some type of way, and then that happens, and he's like, "Yo, anything you need, I'm there for you." Like, does that count for something, or is it like, would you even allow him to be there for you? Like, I'm just asking that question.
Know him like that for him to say that. Like for real. Like I'm gonna be honest, he did say that, and you know what?
So the reason I asked the question, to clarify is because saying it with all love, but we all understand at this point, right, that you're a little jaded. So
Right.
maybe your perception of how a guy is approaching you or engaging with you is not always truly accurate. That's why I was asking Benny what he thinks. And then I was going to kick it back to Sean and ask him what he thinks as a guy since he brought it up. Like, do you think it's possible for a guy to really fall for you, like feeling you in 2 weeks?
I think it depends on what y'all did in those 2 weeks. You
No,
know, I mean,
really, we went and had drinks, and then we talked on the phone. That was it.
oh,
But
well, I
but
mean
that's our.
well, yeah.
Go
Now,
ahead, Jenny.
if that's the case, then ain't really no expectation. But if for 2 weeks, 14 days, not 2 week business weeks, 2 weeks, 14 days, y'all been talking a lot, communicating a lot. You remember I got an old shot of cat, the two. You know what I'm saying? Or
Not
something
in 2
like that.
weeks, he don't
For
get no
2 weeks
shots
straight.
yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. If y'all was talking intimate and all that, after 2 weeks, it can be a stronger connection than most, depending on how y'all felt about each other. But that's with constant communication though, and a shot of cat.
What do you think, Sean?
No cat.
Well, I was going. Okay. I was going to say, it depends on the actual the depthness of the conversation itself.
Yeah.
Because if y'all got in some deep comedy and y'all sitting there and it's only been 2 weeks and y'all telling stuff that you like, shit, I ain't even tell it, and I done know this motherfucker 20 years and they don't even know that shit about me. If y'all had those type of conversations, then maybe, you know what I'm saying. But other than that, yeah, okay. But at the same time, like Jay said, even if you're an asshole, if you're a halfway decent kind of person,
That's just saying.
you're gonna have some understanding.
But so as a woman, I agree with both of what y'all said. I would only add the caveat, and again, I'm just thinking like a girl. I would add the caveat of I don't think it's limited to only if you had deep conversation and cat. I think that you can have deep
You get
conversation.
shot at, cat. Y'all can talk all that shit if y'all want to, like we 17. At 40 something, 50 something, you know you're gonna have to get about shot at, cat.
No, not
Right,
necessarily.
not all the time,
Not
just 95%.
necessarily.
I don't even think 95%.
Okay, 98.
Listen, if you seen one, you just seen them all. And the thing is that it ain't like that's the be all to end all. Me in my 20s, that would have probably captured my imagination and attention. Me in my 50s, no.
Well,
You got to come with more than that.
yes.
See,
And I think
that nigga don't know how to
well,
talk to you then.
not every man.
Shut the fuck up, Sean.
I'm just saying.
What you say, Sean?
I said that nigga don't know how to talk to you then.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry.
But
I'm
But
sorry.
listen, talking don't get draws down.
what do you think about
Shit.
that are either asexual or sapiosexual and are not necessarily motivated by a dick
Right.
or sex?
Well, I don't think the thing is. See, I don't want y'all to mistake me on my word and what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's all about the cat, but if I'm putting that wordplay down enough and vice versa, that's almost automatic. That's a language in itself. I'm not saying that I require it, but if I didn't know her and I put these words on her for about a week or two, she knows. I'm gonna get a nigga some of that cat. She knows. Now, I'm not saying I'm motivated by that,
but it might not happen yet.
if we get to
Right.
talk word, I put the words on the head right, and the words count coming back equivalent. He know what I'm talking. Look at that. That's why it's on phone. It's gonna happen.
At that point, I'm
It's
saying
gonna happen.
most of the time we do know whether we're gonna give you some at some point, but
Right.
Exactly.
2 weeks
Women know within the first 2 minutes of meeting a man if they're gonna give him that cat.
I would
Trust.
agree.
2 weeks of constant communication. You even gave niggas some of that cat.
No.
2 weeks constant. Now, if it's 2 weeks, we talk here and there, talk about 30 seconds. Hey, how you doing? Bye. Good afternoon. All that. You're right. But we constantly talking and then got intimate with those conversations. The pheromones gonna smell through the phone. You gonna know. You gonna give a nigga shot at that cat.
It's crazy the
No.
difference of how men and women think, though, right?
Y'all think the
And
same
y'all
way.
be swearing up and down, ain't no man doing all that without getting some cat. And there's so
Right.
many men out there
Right.
doing without getting cat.
But that's for the man that you're interested in. Now you're right. It's not
And
applicable
we
for
can be
everyone.
interested in them and still not give it up
What
that fast.
I'm saying, I agree.
Nah,
Like
y'all,
the same
y'all
night, 2
think,
nights, you're right. That's bad. But 2 weeks,
y'all,
plenty of time to give a nigga shot at that cat.
What's up, Sid?
y'all think y'all interested, but y'all not really. Because if y'all was, trust me, you gonna
No.
give it up. Okay, okay.
No.
Don't take my word for it.
I'm taking my word for it. I've had people that I was really, 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 really interested in, and I still didn't sleep with them that fast.
Right.
But you always got to put that conjunction down. But it was something about him that she was like, I can't get a nigga shot at that cat. She knew.
Exactly.
It was something that was like,
That's all I'm saying. Cause
she had an 8-cylinder car and it was hitting on 6 cylinders. And she couldn't pull that hit. And I feel it. I feel you because I feel the same way about some women. I be like,
exactly.
in my dating year, you couldn't get a shot at that beat unless you met all requirements. Even though it was intimate, so I can agree with you on that. But 90% of the cases, you coming about that cat. And you gonna come up on it. Ain't gonna be the dude that's gonna ask. It's gonna be the woman wondering why all these words I done put on this nigga, he ain't asked for none of this cat. She gonna come in there with a little moo-moo and no drawers on.
No.
She ain't gonna put no lotion on. She gonna put shea butter on because she gonna make sure she shining. She gonna make sure that you know she wanna give you a shot at that cat. Whether it happen or not, she gonna let you know.
She gonna be like, "Why you sitting all the way over there?" Oh, I'm just chilling. Come sit over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you ain't gotta take my word for it. You don't.
Right.
I'm just saying.
You just saying now.
I'm just saying.
Now. So with that being said, part of what we're go ahead, Gypsy.
No, that's what I was about to say. That leads to maybe it's you, maybe you the
problem. Because part of what we're talking about tonight is it's not them, it's you.
Right.
If you keep having the same experience over and over and over again, like, dude, if you dating a whole bunch of women that don't want to sleep with you, it's something you're putting off that's turning them off. Mamacita, if you keep dating a whole bunch of men and you keep having the same type of experience of they all cheat, they all are lackluster, they're emotionally unavailable, they don't want to commit to you, they're emotionally abusive, whatever. If you keep having the same experience over and over, you're the problem. And the same, I'm gonna call the dudes out too. If you keep dating girls that are holding up and down the block and she community coochie, you the problem. Because there's something in you that keeps attracting the same type of person and same type of experience because you're the common denominator.
I think sometimes that just be what they want. See, women
I'm
don't
saying
see.
they the problem.
Well, yeah, see what it is. Some of them fella be lying because they be trying to sign. They be wanting to shot at cat, so they gonna tell you stuff like, "I don't know why I keep meeting those kind of women." Yes, you do. It was easy cat. She ain't want nothing but something like some Jacks or something like a number 4 or some Waffle House, bacon egg cheese with an extra piece of bacon or something. She ain't want much. That's why he ended up with her. He knows very well that she ain't shit to the third pound, but it was EP. It was EP. It was easy pussy. So
all they took it was a Happy Meal.
oh yeah, she don't take much. She just needs some on her stomach. That's all. She just needs a little some on her stomach.
Wow.
So a lot of times I think that depending on the guy who it is, if he's trying to woo a woman, he will tell her anything.
No, I agree with that.
The same thing like a woman, if she want that guy, she don't really want him. It's something she want out of. She will make herself sound like a violin talker. She gonna play. So
That's why we have to have good instinct. We have to have intuition. We have to know ourselves and what we're willing to settle for. But you also got to have your own spiritual connection because some of these folks are good. They good with that mask. Like some people can wear a mask for years and hide behind it. You know what I'm saying? So we can't always say, "Oh, you just didn't know them." No, some people are really good at hiding. But we have to pay attention to patterns. We have to pay attention to consistency or lack of consistency because at some point, something is going to reveal it, right?
Yeah.
So if you choose to stay with them once it's revealed, then I still say you the problem because now that you know what it is and you choose to be in it, you're the problem.
But I'm gonna tell you something. See, this the thing that I don't think most people discuss.
Okay, let's go.
A lot of women want that problem.
What problem?
And you know, like when they say they got a guy and they say he ain't shit and all that, but he may not be all shit. He may have a couple good qualities that she needed at the time.
True.
So sometimes you can be like, man, I'm with
an ain't shit guy is a good backbreaker.
Yeah, he may be a good backbreaker, a good bill payer, fix locks, cut grass. You may not like Reggie, but Reggie does things that you can use. He helped you fix your credit. Your credit was a 504 when he met you. You know what I mean? Now that whole about 750. You like Reggie, but you don't really fuck with him because there's a lot of things that you didn't fuck with. You just chose to accept it because the good stuff outweighed the bad. But eventually, you're going to cheat on Reggie, you're going to leave Reggie.
Now, why would you choose that name out of all the names in the world? Why would you choose that name?
Reggie and Willie Earl. Them in almost every example he gave, Reggie and Willie Earl. And Robert Lee. Robert Lee.
What was that dude name that was at the barbershop? The one, the crazy one.
And Muticus.
The one we fired.
What was his name?
You talking about Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, you talking about Jay's boyfriend.
He was a damn lie.
All right.
Don't make me fight you.
Just like, I'm like, of all the names you could have chose, you chose that.
Girl, he loved Reggie, Robert Lee, and Willie Earl.
It matched at the time. Tomorrow it might be Cornelia. Who knows? Ain't no telling.
I thought you was talking about I keep wanting to call him Muticus, but I can't remember his real name. Dang it. Daryl. I thought you was talking about Daryl. So I still say if you find yourself in repetitive situations, you are the problem. So I'll use myself as an example because sometimes it's easy to see the thing when you're not in the thing, right? So I had to realize some years back, I kept I kept connecting with emotionally unavailable men because
Mhm.
I was fucking emotionally unavailable. Like I kept getting what I was giving. And listen, and the thing was, I wasn't mad at it. I actually
Right.
thrived in those relationships
That's
because
what she wants.
you damn right.
Nah.
And listen, but the crazy thing is I didn't admit it out loud at the time because I wasn't really conscious of it.
Right.
But I appreciated the fact they wasn't finna be calling me every 30 minutes trying to figure out where I was and in my face. They did what they were doing. I did what I was doing. And it wasn't even about cheating or anything like that. I'm an introvert. I like my space. I like to be able to focus on work, school, having fun with my girls, seeing you when I want to see you. Like that's the best of both worlds to me, right? And then when I decided, okay, I keep getting this complaint from people. I really got to work on this and address this. As I changed, the next guy that I started dating, he was the same. And I was like, oh, I don't really like this anymore because I'm not the same. So I can't date the same type of person anymore, right? I have a different need because I'm different now. So I started calling in a different type of person.
Yeah, see, women, to me, women be stunning when they be
What you
hollering
mean?
about all that shit they don't be wanting. Whatever season they in, some of them be in their whole season. Well, they just want a slate. They just want a regular slate. That's why that's why they don't be emotionally available because they like, I mess with goddamn Rodriguez, Sam, Corey, Johnny, you know what I'm saying? And Herschel. So it's like, and all of them may not be sexually involved, but she want to have the pick of the litter when she wants it. At some point, somebody got a shot at that cat, but it may not be the most obvious because she wants to play at that time. Because sometimes women will play because of the bad relationship they had, they keep their
Right.
options open. So that's why I say a lot of women be stunned. I'm hurt, and he didn't. No, y'all had wanted to play too. And he recognized that you was a player too, and he played even harder.
See, that's why, again, I'm still sticking to it. You're the problem. I had to admit when I was the problem.
But would that be considered a problem, or would they be considered just a choice at the time?
No, it was a problem because if you realize that you're attracting something that you really don't want long term, then yeah, that's the problem.
But
But it sounds like to me that she was doing the same thing. Like she was being emotionally
Unconscious.
unavailable and she was attracting that. Now, when you
Well, but
started
part of that
changing,
was
hold
I
on,
was
wait.
choosing not to date
I'm not finished. I'm not
my
finished.
bad.
When you decided to make that change within yourself and you were dating an emotionally unavailable person, did you want to move past whatever point it was and they weren't available for you? And that's when you really realized like you got to stop attracting those type of guys.
No. So for most of my adult life, up until like my late 30s, I didn't want to get married. So anybody that I was dating or building a relationship with, I was good as long as marriage wasn't on the table. And then when marriage would start to be introduced into the conversation, I'd be like, I'm out. And it wouldn't last because I was out. But I could last with my longest relationship was with someone else who didn't want to get married.
all right,
And that worked for me. And then when I decided, I'm changing. I'm realizing it was when my dad died. And I was like, now I think I'm in a place in life where I want a different type of support. And I want somebody who's more emotionally available. So I have to work on myself to become emotionally available. And so I did that, got in therapy, worked on me. And then I chose someone who was more emotionally available and I got married.
all right. So let me ask you this, because I'm a little confused here. And I just want a great understanding.
Okay.
Now, I know my brother here is gonna understand what I'm saying. I know
Okay.
y'all ladies will too, because y'all fly, but y'all got what they call deniable plausibility, like white people.
What?
All right. So what I'm saying is just think about what you just said.
I'm
You
listening.
said I was with a guy. I'm assuming he treated you well, right? Because it was a long relationship, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So obviously he felt the same way about marriage, but he was still willing to be in a relationship. To me, it's the same thing as being married. Why did you get rid of him when he was already there? For like I'm trying to say the right thing, but it's like if he was there already, he supported what you wanted, and really, technically, y'all was already married. Y'all just ain't had no contract.
So
But technically, y'all was. So you left him.
so the conversation did eventually turn to, hey, are we on the same page at the same time?
How long y'all was go? Before I say anything, how long y'all was go?
At that point, we had been together almost 4 years.
They were married.
So
You couldn't just show up with another nigga at the house, and he
No.
couldn't show up with another girl.
no.
Y'all was married.
So and that wasn't 4 years consistent. We'll break up for a little bit, get back together, blah, blah, blah. But the reason I said I realized my needs had changed was because I love the fact that he wasn't pushy, he wasn't really emotional.
That was
But-
that was her Boaz right there.
But-
That was her Boaz. She let him go.
But so that I remember the day I decided to change my mind. I had just got the call the day before that my dad was at ICU and he wasn't gonna live much longer. So I was getting on the road that morning to drive to Miami, and I literally stood in my bedroom and I was like, now I get it. Because I had always had people tell me there's gonna come a moment when you're going to wish that you were more emotionally open and connected with someone. And I'd be like, fuck all that. And that was the moment. Because when I was trying to tell him about it, he was like, well, okay, yeah, all right. And I needed more than that in that moment. And it wasn't that he didn't care. Like anything I needed, he was handling. But that's all the emotional. To put this in context, Gypsy, so you get what I'm saying, he's a veteran. And yeah. So
Y'all
it
stop picking on us.
ain't nobody picking on y'all because I love you, girl. But that's for context, right? So in that moment, I finally understood, like, damn, now I get what everybody has been saying. That one moment in life is going to hit you and you're going to get it. That was my moment. So I said, I need to change in order to create a different experience with someone. And at that point, we were broken up, trying to figure out if we were going to get back together. And I said, let's not get back together. Let's just be cool. Let's just be friends. I need to go on a different path in my journey now, because I understood that's not a journey that he was ready to take, to dig into those kind of emotions. Like, he was the kind of guy, if I was having an emotional breakdown, I'm gonna hold you for a minute, Benny. He'll be like, all right, come on. Yeah, all right. Love you.
But see
You
something.
good now?
But
Love you. Yeah, all right. Like, and I needed so much more than that in that moment. So I wanted to knock his
Right.
block off, right? So that's why I was like, I needed somebody that had more emotional capacity. And all the guys that I had met prior to that had that capacity wanted marriage. So that's why I said, okay, now's the place in my life where I need to be open to that.
If you had one of them soft ass niggas, and even if they want to get married, at some point that soft ass shit gonna have you right here like go, get the fuck, get off me. Am I lying, cuz? If a man is that emotional and open with his woman, he is finna be a sucker to her. And she gonna talk about him to her other constituents, talking about, I like him. Ooh, he a good dude, but he just too fucking thought. Every time you look around, he crying. And she ain't gonna want that. She's not gonna want that. Most men for real hide about 90% of their emotions from they woman. He know he can't come and be like, oh shit, it's hard at work, it's hot. Man, she'll leave his ass for shit like that.
Right.
She don't want that type guy. So for him to say, baby, come here, that was his way of doing that. And the more you would accept it his way, he would start opening it up more.
So,
But on top of that though, but did you let him know what you needed in that moment?
I did.
Okay.
And in that place in his journey, in his life, he was like, Jazz, because he called me Jazz. I mean, I just ain't emotional like that. You know that. And I would just be like, okay. And it worked up until that moment. I was good because I wasn't really emotional like that. But in that moment, like I said, it dawned on me what older people had been telling me. And I was like, oh, okay.
So
Jazz didn't want a man.
You love to say that.
Jazz didn't want a man.
No, so let me just say something. It's something I remember when I was in the Navy, and I went in at 18. And I remember somebody crying about a letter that they had gotten. And our CO said, if the Navy wanted you to have emotions, they'd have been in your sea bag.
Pretty much.
And so you learned how to hold things in and not show emotion. And that's like your first adult job, right? And so then when you get out into the real world, why do you think we kind of gravitate towards each other? Veterans gravitate to veterans because veterans understand veterans.
And that was like for me that year. I swear, y'all, I cried so much in that year. I was sick of my damn self. Like I had never cried that much in my life. And it wasn't even about my dad. It was like that was the moment that I finally broke open and started to actually get in touch with my own emotions, right? And it's just maturity and growth and healing. And so I understood because that's the biggest complaint I've ever gotten in any relationship I've been in is you're not emotionally available. Like you act like you don't give a fuck. And I can be sitting here telling you, but I do. And but I care, but I love you. And they'll be like, but you're not showing me. Like, so that year, hey Alicia, that year I was like, okay, let me try to address this and work on this. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it's still been a problem. I'm still a work in progress, and that was 2017. You know what I'm saying?
You know why y'all wouldn't be like that?
Why?
I be having all else.
I know. Where you been, man? You been having all the answers all along.
I just been working, and y'all ain't asked me. But now, since we here, I'm gonna go on share.
Okay.
I'm gonna let them use me.
Let them use you.
Yeah. See, the thing is, one
Hold on, I
thing.
gotta set the stage.
Okay, set the stage.
On this here day,
Set the stage.
April 13th, in the year of our Lord,
Yes.
2026.
Let's love.
There you go.
Ben,
Let the
stop.
Lord use you.
All right. Now look, one thing I learned about women.
Mm.
When they holler all that shit about what they ain't gonna do, I'm not emotionally available, I ain't letting a nigga use my car, drop me off at work. It depends on how much she likes him. If she likes him, she'll do things way outside of her realm to satisfy thee because she's interested enough in thee to do for thee, even if she don't like it. So when women holler, oh, well, I don't do this, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't suck dick without you asking me, all that, that's not true for a nigga she really like. Because if she really like him, she gonna do it and she gonna enjoy it because she enjoys seeing him happy. She enjoys her connection with him, and she's interested in doing that. When women don't want to do shit, it's simply because they don't want to, and we know that. I'm a recovering hoe. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to recovering hoe. Yeah.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? I know. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the fact and put a hose pipe and put that shit out too. So I know women will they'll go to the extreme for a nigga she like. Am I lying, Cole? Cole, am I lying?
You ain't lying. Trust me. I know.
Gypsy, am I lying?
No, you're not.
Okay,
lying.
so she the only one that don't agree. That's the problem. That's it.
He's not lying. He's not wrong.
Problem is, I don't think I don't like nobody that much.
Well, you just ain't met nobody you like that much, but
You
you
ain't
like
met the right
somebody.
Exactly. Because trust me, you meet the right one, and then he like I told you, that Thanos dick. Oh yeah, you gonna be strong.
My God.
You gonna be strong.
So okay, but all jokes aside, though, I think that I can think of at least 3 people that I have genuinely, with everything I know about me, I have genuinely liked that person and don't care for that person. And everything that you said, I still wasn't doing all of that.
Well, you might be in the
You
one.
wasn't
Like,
really.
well, I wasn't joking when I said that Thanos. I meant that shit with a
I've had
passion.
somebody with that, and I still
Oh,
wasn't doing all of that.
evidently not. Evidently
It was
not.
no, because
It might have been. It might have been a smidgen close, but it wasn't that. 'Cause if it was, and you liked him, shit. Fuck out
Yeah.
of here.
Like, I mean, I was hurt when we stopped talking. Like, I was like, damn, I fucked
sure
that
you
up.
were.
It's a
But
lot.
I
You
wasn't
wasn't
doing
that
all that
hurt.
still. Huh?
You wasn't that hurt.
Jay too hard. Jay
Let's
too
go,
hard.
Gypsy.
You
Tell
know,
the Gypsy.
I tell you.
And like my man said, like Gypsy said, and I agree that. when you dealing with a person, that's man or woman. Like when man dealing with a woman, that like he can deal with 5 different women that have their ass in rotation for real.
Right.
But all of them are not getting the same thing. Some of
sure
them may get
Right.
one of them may get some Arby's, some of them may get some American Deli, some of them may get some Waffle House, and then some may end up at Paris. But the one who end up at Paris is the one that he want to really spend his time with, and he enjoys her so much he's willing to go outside his comfort zone to do whatever she think, or her to mention that's fine for her to enjoy him and vice versa. So she just don't want to mind.
Y'all
She
know
just don't want to
Look
mind.
at y'all.
But
'Cause
that's real though.
I feel like I'm a pretty dope person, but I'm a messy human like everybody else. I have my faults and flaws, right? But like I said, I can think of 3 people that I have genuinely liked or cared for deeply. And I done forgot what all you was listening, but I still wasn't doing all
Where
that.
it say cuz smidgen on.
Smidgen on.
Smidgen on.
So with that being said, since I'm in the minority here as far as understanding, I don't know. Maybe I'm just I'm special.
No, I ain't saying you the minority. I'm just saying you just
I am.
hard, you know.
You in the minority, honey. I'm sorry, because if it's really the one, stop, Bentley. If it's really the one, yeah, you'll be turning tricks and shit.
I just have to disagree with that because I feel like you can deeply. I'm the person that also thinks sometimes love is not enough. I think you can absolutely love a person and still walk away.
Sometimes I don't think it's all about the love. I think when people mention love, that's an action. It's about the pleasure. It's about the contentment. It's so many different working parts in that, but pleasure being
it's about that sense of peace and security.
Yeah.
It's about all those different things. And if one of those things is missing, that ain't the one, because it's
See,
that's gonna
make it. If you miss it, you're done. You're never gonna find another person. I don't think that there's a billion people that can be your person, but I tend to think so in my mind, I think there are a handful of people in this earth that you can meet that are an absolute 10 out of 10 perfect match for you. Maybe a handful of people, let's say 5. I think if you don't meet one of those 5, whether it's y'all have passed each other and you just weren't ready, right person, wrong time, immaturity, you had them and you fucked it up, whatever. I think if you don't meet one of those people that are a 10 out of 10 absolute perfect match for you, I think you can meet somebody who's a 5 or a 6 match for you and still be great with them. It just takes a lot more work.
Why the hell would you settle for a 5 or a 6?
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying they are ugly or they're a 5.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, why would you settle for a 5 or a 6 on the compatibility scale?
Because I don't think that all of us are truly that compatible, is my point. I think in these billions of people, you got a handful of people that are an absolute perfect match. Outside of those people, I think you get matched with any number of people. And basically, let me take the number off of it and say they could be a good fit, not a great fit.
So you're saying settle.
That's not what I'm saying. Settle.
That is what you're saying. That is what you're saying.
Okay, well, hold up, Jim. I just want to get some understanding here. So when you say they can be a 5, what's the scale? 1 to 10, 1 to 7? So that then we can see how much you.
Okay, so that's why I said take the number off, because what I was saying 10 out of 10 perfect. So let me widen the scale to make it a better example. Let's say 1 to 100. I think you may meet people that are 100 out of 100, 4 or 5 people in your lifetime, handful of people in your lifetime that
we should go with the 80-20.
I'm not talking about 80-20, bitch. Yeah, my ass. But once you pass that, and I think sometimes we do meet that person, but we're not emotionally ready. We're wounded. We fucked it up. Somebody cheated, or we kept passing each other because we just didn't want to acknowledge them, right? So outside of that handful of people, I think that out of the billions of people that exist on this earth, again, going on a scale of 1 to 100, I think you can meet quite a few people that may be an 85 or a 90. So they're not settling. but it's a comfortable compromise because it's not a perfect fit, but they are still a great person and you're still a great person and y'all can be great together, but they're never going to be that perfect person for you. That's just what I think, because I don't think that there's one person, and if you miss that one person, you're never going to find love. I don't believe that, but I think as eclectic as we all are, there are few and far people in between that can really match our vibe and just get it.
I think love is overrated.
I think you get between.
God dang.
I think you get 2 to 3 per state.
2 to 3 per state.
Per state.
I don't even think it's that
and the reason why I'm gonna say that, the reason why I say that, because you got to be realistic too. Most people, I think that's applicable if we in our particular city. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna run across a lot of the same things. But I think sometimes that'll bring your spirit forward is meeting somebody different.
Yep.
So let's just say if I end up in Indonesia, I ain't no kick with no Indonesian chick. But guess what? I may be sitting up talking to her. She put the accent on nigga and be like, you know what? I might buy me some old thumb toe flip flops. And guess what? My chick Indonesian. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm in California, you may meet, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I just think that it depends on I think it depends on how much you move around. And I think it depends on how much you communicate with people too. Because out of 8 billion motherfuckers, it's more than 2 or 3.
And you touched on that perfectly, because I was going to say statistically, it's more than a handful. You just got to get outside of your comfort zone, get outside of your area, leave your block, travel around.
Some people don't even leave their state.
And that's the point I was getting to. Leave your block, travel around, get out your city, get out your state, travel across the country.
And please understand, this is not something I'm saying lightly. It's not something I'm saying just from my experience. You got to understand, I've been working with people in relationships for I'm 26, almost 27 years now, because I've been in my field since I was 19, right? So I've been in people's relationships as a caregiver, as a hospice person, as a counselor, as a coach, as a corporate trainer. I'm always in somebody's relationship because they're talking to me, they're sharing details. So I'm talking about all the years that I've been listening and engaging with people from all over the world in different cultures. That's just what I think. And again, I'm saying perfect match, not close. I'm saying absolute perfect match. Outside of that, I think you can come across any number of people that are a close match. But most people don't want that close match. They want perfect. And if they don't get perfect, they give up.
I think you can get perfect, but I just still believe it depends on how much you like that person. That's why I say it can be more than that. Because if I like you, certain shit gonna be perfect just because of how much like is in the liking can. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, I usually don't like chicks that don't wear, let's just say, nail polish, but damn, them French tips do look good on them. If you like them enough, certain stuff is almost invisible. So I believe it can still. I think it depends on if it's reciprocated. But I think it's more than 2 or 3 or 4.
I think a lot of people get in their way. I think a lot of people get in their own way because, again, I meet so many people that they're like, oh, I met this person. And this person could be 95, 99% of what they wanted. And that one thing, they'll torpedo the whole experience, right? And I hear that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, but you're not happy.
Because they don't like them niggas like that.
And you want to be in a relationship. And everybody else you met didn't even match with you that well. And yet the one person that was the closest match, you don't, how the fuck? So I think a lot of times we miss the opportunity to truly be loved and to love and to be in something healthy and good because we're looking for that one person, perfect person that has no fault, and that person doesn't exist.
But you know what I believe though? You know what I believe though? And I don't think people understand this. I think that a lot of people are liars too. A lot of people.
They always send a representative.
They'll talk to different people saying about why they can't get this or I don't want them because of this, but they don't be want to say that. Some of them want to play. Because I know people like that. I cut hair. They be like, man, I'm telling you, look, I couldn't find a good woman for shit. Okay. And then you be like, well, what about Kim? I mean, you know, she had a little boy. Okay, but he was always with his dad. Well, it's like because they still want to do what they want to do. And you know, if you actually like a person and commit to them, it's going to be something required out of you too. So a lot of times people, they reject it because they still playing. they still want to go out and hang out at 3 in the morning or get them a little
Right.
shot of sausage meat or a little shot of cat time to time. That's what it be. And instead of them saying, I ain't gonna lie, I'm bullshitting right now. I don't want to really do that. They'll rather lie to people because it makes them feel better in front of people. But when they get to themselves, they know the truth that they wants to play.
So
And that's the thing too, because if that's what you want to do, just do it. You don't gotta do shit, but
Right.
what you want to do,
Right.
and. But at the same time, I mean, you just said love wasn't enough, Jay, and then you're gonna talk about they won't
well,
allow themselves to experience the love. I mean, you make
so
your
the reason
mind
I'm
up.
saying love is not enough, I think, again, I'm just basing this on my experience and the things I've seen as I engage professionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you can genuinely love a person and not be healthy together, to add context to that. Meaning you might not have healthy boundaries with one another, meaning somebody might have a mental illness that they refuse to get on top of and handle and get help for, meaning somebody might have unhealthy boundaries with their family and let their family take advantage of them and be the third wheel in y'all's marriage, meaning that they might have kids that are straight up assholes and cause bullshit every time they come to your house and keep y'all at war, right? So you can genuinely love them and they can love you, but if they are not willing to work on their issue or you are not willing to work on your issue, you can't be healthy together. Meaning sometimes love is not enough. You actually got to put in work. You actually have to want to be healthy and happy separately and together.
But I still believe, though, you only work on shit if you like them.
Yeah.
And that's something because if you truly love somebody, you should be working on those things so that y'all could grow together. Like, see, to me, because I've heard that before. Like, loving, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, if
Well,
we truly love each other,
don't
let's
they?
sit down, let's talk about this shit, and let's work it out.
But doesn't each person define love somewhat different? So if I'm
I
defining it in
mean,
this
but that's
way, you're defining it in that way. We may be in fact loving each other to the best of our abilities, but it's not healthy. It doesn't feel good or safe to one another.
but 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 then
Right.
those are things that you need to talk about because if your love don't match my love, then all right, fuck it. Cause I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and pour gallons into you when you give me a fucking teaspoon at a time.
Hence, love is not enough all the time.
But see,
Because
I
you
think
love them and they love you,
But
and you're still like, fuck it, if they can't give you what you
but
need in
you
the way that you
should you
need it.
shouldn't even be that word shouldn't even be coming out your mouth unless you know you matched up.
Unless you're what?
Unless you know that you're matched up. I'm giving
So,
you just as much as you giving me. If
yeah.
not,
So this is the example. This is a perfect segue because I was going to bring this up tonight to ask you what y'all thought, and then I'll tell y'all my answer. So there was a woman that posted in a group I'm in, and she was talking about this guy that she's been dating for like 5 months. According to her, she really, really likes him, like really, really likes him and wants to see what's possible. And he really, really likes her. Like they inseparable. They're together almost every single day. Her issue is, and the reason she's thinking about ending the relationship is because touch is his biggest and strongest love language to give and to receive. It is not hers. And I can really identify with her because it's not mine at all, right? So he's constantly wanting to touch her and kiss her and be in her face. And she's like, it's overwhelming and it makes her feel nervous and anxious. So she was asking, like, what people thought. Do you feel like this is something I should just suck it up and try to get over because I really do like him? Or do I have to uphold what I need because this is overwhelming to me? I need somebody that's not quite as physical all the time. There were varying opinions, but what do y'all think?
if she not gonna work on it,
So I think over
then
5 months, her point was she has been trying to work on it and it's still overwhelming.
Okay, so can
is
I
is,
say
is
Not
something?
she
falling back.
is she seeking counseling to help her with it? Because if she really likes him like that, and that's something that she wants to do to make him happy, then she's gonna work on it. But if she's not working on it,
What were you going to say, Gypsy?
All right. She don't like him like that.
What were you
I'm
gonna
That's
say?
my point.
listen, I'm sorry. She don't like him like that because
I don't agree with that, but I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute.
no,
What were you gonna say, Jenny?
listen. The reason
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
saying that is that if it's somebody you really like, let's just put it like this. Like you got that coworker that flirts with you, but you genuinely like that coworker. So you allow that. But then this other motherfucker that you can't stand, you don't really like him like that. He say the same thing and you won't call HR. Same thing. I'm
I get
saying
the point.
it's the same thing. She doesn't like him like that. She's trying to force something because genuinely he's probably a good person and this, that, and the other, but she ain't feeling him like that. And that's why she don't like him touching her.
I disagree, but from a psychological perspective. But before I say what I'm saying, what you got, Benny?
Well, I'm pretty much in agreement with them too.
Okay.
That if you like a person a certain way, it's a certain way you're gonna go out your way for. But I'm all ears. I'm waiting. I want it.
So we have to.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
So we have to understand. Let's say society at large, the collective as a whole, right? Earth is typically built one way. For example, most things that are created for right-handed people. Does not always take into account a left-handed person. And it has not been until recent years that they started making more left-handed things, whether it be scissors or whatever, right? So it's the same thing when it comes to understanding cognitive ability, physical ability, emotional ability and capacity, right? If you take somebody that I don't think, based on what she was describing, that she is neurotypical, I think she's probably neurodiverse. So when you take someone, now let's be clear and put the disclaimer here that this does not describe every single person that's on any spectrum, whether you're ADHD, autistic, cerebral palsy, spina bifida, whatever, brain injury, etc. Right? Not everybody responds the same, but a lot of neurodiverse people have a problem with physical touch. No amount of therapy is going to fix that. And so my response to her was to understand whether it was as simple as their love languages were just different, or whether she had different neurological needs than what he had, whether it's neurological difference, whether it's a feeling of safety that's set off or addressed in her nervous system when somebody's physically touching her. All of those things have to be taken into account for anybody, man or woman. Age doesn't matter. Culture doesn't matter. Most people want you to act in a certain way, and it doesn't take into account people that are different. So I'm going to use myself as an example. I am not a person that likes a lot of physical touch. I don't give a fuck who you are and how I know you. If I don't like your touch, I don't want it. And I can love you as a person. I have people in my life right now, love them down. If they call me, do they want to be stabbed, beat, or shot? Who fucking with you? Because I'm coming. But I don't like when they touch me because I'm energy sensitive. So when they touch me, I'm feeling all the bullshit they feeling. Don't want it. I like boundaries.
All right, right now, you need anybody that you like to touch you, or if you had anybody that you like to touch you?
Yeah.
Because you like
them. Not like
Right.
that.
But to touch you, you like them. You like them.
But I'm still saying there's a limit to that. There's a limit to that.
But you still allow them to touch you when you like them.
Well,
You
what
allow
I'm, what
them
I'm,
to
what,
touch you.
so what?
And that's the
What?
thing, whether you're neurodivergent or not.
You still.
Well, what I'm hearing is she was on the spectrum, and that's okay. That's fine. If you're on the
Listen,
spectrum,
I don't know for sure. I'm just throwing out a positive.
hey, you the one that threw neurodivergent out there,
Well,
so
that's
that
why I
makes
said
you
I'm guessing.
sound
But
like
it's
she
also
on the
not
spectrum,
everybody's
and I
person.
understand that because a lot of them, you touch them, boy, you gonna catch a quick one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
woo.
that's
So
right.
they genuinely like you,
And
but they don't want your touch.
That's true. But even if their ass can draw, they like somebody. It's somebody. They like touching ass.
But hear what I'm saying though. I'm not saying they don't like being touched at all.
They don't want everybody, but somebody they be like.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, even if they like your touch, they still don't want your touch all the time. So going back to the example, she was saying if she get up, he in her face trying to kiss her. If she walk out the door, she coming in the door. She go use the bathroom and come back in the living room. If she go upstairs and come
now
back.
That's okay. I don't believe that's excessive.
That's
Ain't oh, baby, you just went to the bathroom. God, no, ain't nobody doing that. That's excessive.
But that's his
if
love
he was
language.
doing that, then she needed to cut him off.
So that's my point. We can't say all the time.
But when you wake up in the morning, when you leaving, when you coming home,
those are normal times.
That should be automatic. Oh, baby, I miss you. I ain't seen you all day. Little kiss, grab that ass. That should be cool.
Okay, but so those are normal times. But I'm saying if someone that has a love language or a self-expression that is more excessive than that, doesn't make it wrong. That's how they express. But if they are with someone that's like an extrovert and an introvert pairing, it can work really well. But you got to know how to navigate each other's ebbs and flows in order to work succinctly in the relationship together, right? And not get on each other's nerves and want to kill each other. It's the same thing for any type of love language or a touch. That's why I use myself as an example. Even if I like you, I'm okay with touch. Even if I like you, yeah, you can touch me, you can hold my hand, you can give me a hug, give me a kiss. About good 5-10 minutes, I'm like, okay, you got food. Because it starts to overwhelm my nervous system. And I can love you down, but it's after a few minutes, I'm be like, you got to go.
The reason why you got tired of touch, because you wanted to be touched and you got your dose of touch and you don't want to be touched no more like that. But you still like them enough to be touched. Now you may have a time limit on your touch. Right. I get it.
Because in her example, if it don't line up, it don't mean she don't like them. It just may exceed what she can handle.
She might have already been touched.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
She might have already been touched. So you're right, she don't want to be touched. Shit.
So I think, but it's not only about touch, right? I think it's with any love language or self-expression. Like two people can genuinely care for one another, but the expression is different. So if one person's words of affirmation and another one is gift giving, and y'all are not communicating that, you're loving each other in ways that don't feel good. And people will take that and be like, they don't really love me, or we not good together. No, you might very well be great together. You just haven't communicated deeply enough. And then sometimes once you communicate deeply enough, you realize it's deeper and more intrinsic. Y'all are not a good pair. You may match well on paper, but you're not a good pair, right?
Right.
Then on the flip side of that, again, some people just give up. Some people don't try. It's people I know that have never been in a relationship because they're afraid to try. That's crazy as hell. But what were we talking about before we went live? I made the statement, and let me throw my disclaimer out there. I'm a Sagittarius. Y'all know we shoot from the cuff and just say shit, but I mean it from the heart. It's 2026. Why are grown ass people still crashing out? Like, why are grown ass people still crashing out and not having basic coping skills? Yeah.
I got an answer for that. That's an easy answer. I'm gonna tell you, it's a long story, but just hear me out. We're gonna piece this bitch together like some Legos. First of all, one of the most beautiful things in the world that we done had in our modern eyes, especially us born in the 70s and early 80s, is the internet, right?
Yes.
So the internet, people they say is bad, but it is bad for certain people depending on how you use it. So what I've been seeing is a whole bunch of people in their 40s to maybe 60 are very immature. Yeah. The internet really showed you who can draw, aka autistic. You know what I'm saying? They showed you who can draw online. So what we're seeing is real time that a lot of these niggas ain't grown. A lot of these people are very immature. We thought they were immature because when you see them with the little suit coat on and you see her, she dressed nice, got her nails fixed, but then she just coped and became regular. You thought she was regular until she started talking. Yeah. You thought he was regular until they started talking. Look at some of the shit people type. They obviously graduated after 4th grade.
Not even
obvious. So what it is, we be thinking everybody on the same level, and sometimes we ain't just looking at them for who they are. But I think that's what it is. I think it's a level of immaturity that we can see in real time now.
Nadina said, you can't always give love. You can't always give love or love each other 100% equally. Sometimes it's, I guess you're saying 50%. I agree with you.
Right.
That's the beauty of being in something that you feel stable, right? It's the natural ebb and flow. Sometimes he carrying you, sometimes you carrying him, her, them, whoever. But that's the beauty of that loyalty and that commitment, right? But to what you're saying, Benny, man, okay, so y'all know I be trolling in the background in a lot of these groups to look for potential topics and get discussion questions, right? My God in heaven and baby Jesus in the manger. What the fuck is wrong with people? Because if they talk in real life how they type, I am so confused. So many of these groups that I'm in, like for Black women, single Black women, couples, dating, relationships, because this is where I get a lot of the questions from that people be sending me when they see me lurking and they'll send me a message, right? And I'd be like, y'all dating for real? Like people actually, huh? It fries my brain just a little bit, trying to even decipher half the shit that they be typing. And I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to in real
But
life?
you got to think about it. See, Jay, this is where you're getting it all wrong.
Oh my God.
It wasn't for you.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? If you on a certain level of intellect, and I'm not saying whether they're here or there, but whatever level you on, certain shit ain't for you.
Now
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I see foolishness, it's like I already know it's above my pay grade. I can't afford that. So it's like when I see that, I'll be like, that's good though, because if I was on the dating scene, I would love it. Because you can see in real time that she is finna be a problem. She gets angry when she can't enunciate words and shit. She hollow when she can't, or same thing with a dude.
Woo.
You know, it's like you have to have sense enough to say, nah, go ahead and go on, stay away from this foolishness.
Woo.
All I'm gonna say is, hey, everybody need love, but it is a lot of lower bars out there. So
Well,
I'm telling y'all, and then they're posting. So then they're posting, and saying, so y'all read this text message. Y'all think I'm the asshole, or tell me what you think. They just ghosted me, or whatever craziness they're sharing. They sharing screenshots of the conversations, and then they all be in the comments. When I tell y'all, be having a field day when I have a chance to jump on there and really pay attention. Sometimes, especially if it's early in the morning or late at night and I'm sleepy, but I gotta push myself. Give me 5 good minutes in one of them groups. I'm laughing myself into tears because I feel like I lose a brain cell. But it is what it is. And I promise y'all, I'm not trying to be egotistical or bougie or conceited or
some of these
anything.
people don't have no friends, not
It's
in real
somebody
life.
for everybody. But that's where I'm going. Like, do anybody love you? Do you have anybody that's a kind of a friend? Because why are they letting you chew bubblegum and walk at the same time in public?
But if they slow too, what they gonna tell them, Jay?
exactly.
What they gonna
What
tell them?
if they are the smartest one out of their friend group?
Right.
What are you going? That's the leader. That's the king of the queen. That's who running the kingdom of the
I'm
kingdom.
trying. Y'all forgive me. I'm trying not to have a whole come apart and laugh because I'm going to hell. Oh,
I'm just saying, man. It's people out there, and I don't understand nowadays with all the tools we have. You could look before you write it down. You could look it up. Hell, you could be like, hold on, wait, let me stop. Let me go look it up real quick. But they won't even do that.
Like,
But
I ain't saying everybody gotta have a college degree. It's fucking libraries with books. YouTube is your friend.
yeah. Google. You ain't gotta go to the library. You can just type you shit. You on your phone, type it on your laptop. You on your laptop, talk to your phone. It don't matter.
Let's see, but the thing is, we always got to consider though that a lot of times, like I said, one, everything ain't for you. And then sometimes you have to realize, like, I don't believe in saying people low or high, but I will say we ain't on the same level, meaning I can be here and you can be there or vice versa, but we don't think the same. That means we can't group up on things because we ain't gonna have the same mindset. Or I can utilize that individual and say, you know what? That motherfucker can't tie their shoes, but they real good in math. So I'm just gonna ask them math questions. Why ask this motherfucker about reading the paragraph when you know that's not their strong suit? So I'm gonna ask you shit to your strength. You put on ties. I'm not gonna ask you to put more motor in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. You had a twin size bed. What the fuck about your a king size for? You don't even know how to lay in that hole. You know what I'm saying? But that's real. You have to meet people where they are, Jay. Am I lying?
Nah,
Yeah,
you're not
y'all
lying.
remember
You're
Kiana,
not
right?
lying.
Okay, so y'all
Uh,
remember Kiana, former co-host Kiana, her and Michael. Oh, they told me to tell everybody, hey, and they love y'all. They ain't forgot us, but schedules and kids.
Right.
Yeah, so they'll be back when they can, but they got 3 growing children. So
Glad they still go together.
hey, they locked in. When I tell you he
Right.
loves him from her. Okay. So y'all remember Kiana? I was visiting her and Michael last. You remember when I was in
Yeah.
when I came to see y'all the first time last year.
Yeah.
January, I think it was, not the second time, it was the first. Yeah, so January. So I was there in January, and then I went back. And so over the 2 visits of me being there in person and spending some time with them, I was just kind of unburdening myself because I was like, y'all, I feel like I'm really struggling. Yeah. And I was just sharing with them my journey with ADHD, right? And suspecting that I was autistic and trying to figure out if I was going to get tested. And Kiana said, so much is making sense now because I've noticed da 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 da. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, no, because you're like brilliant, but girl, you silly. And I was like, well, and she was like, so I think you're an idiot savant. I said, so you think I'm an idiot? And she was like, that's the fucking word you focus on. So I'm highly intelligent and yet naive and simple. And then my point being, I read some
Me too.
shit, girl, but I read some shit and I'm like, why are you still here? How did you wake up this morning? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I want to say this about the word autistic.
Okay.
Now, I think that is very, very overly used.
I agree.
I
agree.
think the system used that word because they prescribe medication for it.
Right.
Because think about it, they got so many isms going on today. A nigga pigeon toed talking what shit for real, the nigga got pigeon toe ism. So now we can prescribe some shit to make his feet straight when he's laid out. All of those stupid shit.
Oh my
God.
Like,
I just think that people do have differences.
absolutely.
And I think that if they're not like you, and not you or nobody in the group, but when I think people don't think people like them, they look at them like they different. But if you think about it through time, it always been slow folk. But that don't mean they're not useful. You know what I'm saying? I just think that with the way they grade people in school, it's very profitable to label somebody as something.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was in the 7th grade, I graduated in '98. I remember when I was in the 7th grade and put in the middle school. And what they did, they came in there and they were trying to tell everybody, hey, we got to take all these tests to see if you're slow. So a lot of people honestly bullshitted on tests, meaning they didn't take it serious. Man, they marsed them niggas about 2 blocks behind the school. You know what I'm saying? But what I didn't know at the time was that they was getting paid for having them in those programs because they were labeled. So if you think about it, as time went on, all that shit quadrupled. And now you hearing about, oh, the nigga like to play outside. He autistic. Oh, the nigga laugh too much. Nigga autistic. Oh, shit. Come on. A lot of that shit, you just being a young man or a young lady. You know, you got to grow up and the children learn. So because they like to play, now they autistic or they got ADHD, CP. They got all that shit. I just don't really believe in all that. Now, do I think it's cases where it's something wrong? But I think a lot of stuff is they don't want to be bothered with their children. So I'm gonna put their ass on this. I'm gonna put them on their legal dope because I don't want to be bothered with little Ray Ray. I'm gonna put Ray Ray at the bed on melatonin. That's dope. I'm gonna put them on all this, and then you go to label them, and then you get that check. But you don't realize you get that check. But when Londarius turned 21, now that nigga still at the house.
That's it.
Cause nobody want to hire that except Publix.
So
that's the main thing, and that's the problem because when they 1 and 2 years old, the parents sticking a tablet or phone in their hand to keep them occupied, so they don't have to worry about them. So it leads to that shit.
Goddamn right.
Very true. So keep in mind when I've already shared my thoughts with y'all previously in the past on many occasions that most of the people that founded the mental health and psychological field were coked out and cracked head. So that being said, now we understand that the field has bias, bottom line. So I didn't get tested, and I don't recommend that people get tested if they're looking for it as a way to control their life or to give everyone else as an excuse. I recommend it, and I chose to get tested at 42 simply because I wanted to understand how my brain worked and process the information, because I could tell cognitive differences in myself. So some of it is ADHD potentially, some of it is head injury from a car accident, right? At the end of the day, I still had to figure out how my brain was working. So that's why I tell people to dig as deep as you're willing to dig to get the answers that you need.
If you legally want to get high, go down there and tell them folks something wrong with you, and they're going to have you on some of that. The best dope made by me.
I got 5 on it as we start to call it to an end, because I'm ready to go home and go to sleep now.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I ain't heard nothing about 420. Ain't nobody talking about 420. I'm getting to thank y'all on that powder.
I mean, today only the 13th. I can see if it was the 19th.
Talking about it's a whole week away.
Ain't nobody preparing for 420. Like usually you be hearing about 420, 420, 420.
What you got prepared for? You just go get you some smoke and smoke it.
Right.
That smoke, I already got it.
Right. You late. Girl, anyway.
She must want some smoke, y'all. She wants some smoke.
Stay on that powder.
I know a guy. Wait, I know a guy where you at. So
if you're going to send me some
I know a
some
guy.
stains so I can fill them holes in my yard. Anybody want to say anything as we close out for the night? I'm sleepy.
Bentley is tired of me being on the computer because he keeps coming back and forth, scratching on my leg and want to be picked up. And so he's saying, get off the computer, mommy.
Yeah, I be like them old folks, be like, Bentley don't pay no bills around here. Sit your weak ass down, nigga, till I get through talking. Shit.
Trust me.
I leave y'all with this thought that crossed my mind last week. And I think I shared it at the end of last week, so this is going to be a remix. I have realized why women wore muumuus and why they became so popular. Okay? It wasn't because they wanted easy access for Billy Bob to be able to hit it from the back. Them bitches were hot. Okay? They were in their 40s and 50s, some in their late 30s, and they were going through perimenopause, premenopause, or menopause. They were fucking hot.
Again, they never told Billy Bob no.
No, because I thought about that last week and I was telling y'all, and then I had that conversation with somebody else. I was like, I'm gonna bring that shit back to Endos this week. They were fucking hot. The movement ain't all that save y'all money.
Let you be my woman and you gotta move on. I come in there and let that motherfucker you But anyway, peace, y'all. Peace.
Bye.
Bye. Audi 5000.